Hey everybody, it's Shawn and Trey with Reactions to the Classics. Before we get started today, we just wanted to invite you to take a look at our Patreon page where we have all kinds of reward tiers, anywhere from reacting to an entire album to songs. Supporting us for as little as $1 a month. It really helps us out.
And you can also check out our Facebook and Discord groups down below. Got a great community of people who love music. And all that to say, y'all, let's get to today's video. What's happening, everybody? Trey here, joined again by my dad, Shawn, and today we got a song from Everlast, What It's Like, from our patron, Carl, and shout out to Carl there and all the patrons that help support the channel. Before we get into the song itself, we'll just get into some of the facts of the tune. I don't believe I've ever heard this one, but who knows, maybe I have.
If you have, you'll know it the second you hear it. I've definitely heard the song. Released in September of 1998, the lead single from the album Whitey Ford Sings the Blues. It's a typical of the style that Everlast embraced after leaving the hip-hop trio House of Pain. So if you listen to House of Pain and you listen to this song, you'll be like, this is the same guy. But it is, and it went to number 13 on the Hot 100, but it was huge on MTV. This video just runs through my head. It's an actual story. Not all songs are real storytelling. This is storytelling. There's a beggar. He's asking for change from a man he's turned down rudely. I won't say what the man tells him. Then we got Mary. He's a pregnant girl, decides to have an abortion. When she gets through the door of the clinic, she gets called a killer, a sinner, and a whore. You got a drug dealer named Max. He has violent friends, alcohol problem, who dies a violent death. Imagine that. So in the song, Everlast tries to build sympathy for each one of these characters. God forbid you ever had to walk a mile in his or her shoes, because then you really might know what it's like. So I think that's a wonderful story just for us. We live in a world of such judgment in 2020.
No, yeah, definitely.
I mean, we always have, but just in the time we live right now where there's so much, dissension between ideologies, and so we just want to just point, oh, you got yourself, it's all your fault, and this, and so this song is every bit as relevant in 2020 as it was in 1998, the overlying message of it.
All right, well, I'm glad we got the backstory. Kind of looking forward to this one. We'll have the lyrics pulled up, and then we'll say some stuff kind of here and there, but kind of save our full thoughts for the end. So let's get to it.
Let's do it. I know this song 2 seconds in.
All he replied. God forbid you ever had to walk a mile in his shoes. Then you really might know what it's like to sing the blues. Yeah, then you really might know what it's like. Yeah, then you really might know what it's like.
Definitely digging the beat on this.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, then you really might know what it's like. I know what it's like. Mary got pregnant from a kid named Tom, said he was in love. Said, don't worry about a thing, baby doll, I'm the man you've been dreaming of. But 3 months later, he said he won't date or return her call. And she swear, goddamn, if you find that man cutting off his ball. And then she heads for the clinic and she gets some static walking through the door. They call her a killer and they call her a sinner and they call her a whore. God forbid you ever had to walk a mile in her shoes. 'Cause then you really might know what it's like to have to choose. Then you really might know what it's like.
Yeah, digging how he's framing each verse with a different.
Then you really
different person so far.
Then you really might know what it's like. Then you really might know what it's like. I seen a rich man beg, I seen a good man sin, I seen a tough man cry. I seen a loser win and a sad man grin. I heard an honest man lie. I seen the good side of bad and the downside of up and everything between. I licked the silver spoon, drank from the golden cup, and smoked the finest green. I stroked the baddest dimes these a couple of times before I broke their heart. You know where it ends, yo, it usually depends on where you start. I knew this kid named Max, he used to get fat stacks out on the corner with drugs. He liked to hang out late, he liked to get shit-faced to keep the pace with thugs. Until late one night, there was a big gunfight and Max lost his head. He pulled out his chrome 45, talked some shit and wound up dead. Now his wife and his kids are caught in the midst of all of his pain. You know, it crumbles that way, at least that's what they say when you play the game. God forbid you ever had to wake up to hear the news. Then you really might know what it's like to have to lose. Yeah, then you really might know what it's like. Yeah, then you really might know what it's like. Yeah, then you really might know what it's like to have to lose.
What It's Like by Everlast. I actually don't think I knew that one. I mean, I thought I might as it went in, but I love the beat, how hypnotic it was. And then, yeah, just the lyricism and storytelling here was, I mean, I know we kind of touched on it at the start.
Right.
But, yeah, just hearing it is...
It's top notch, man.
It really is.
It really is top notch.
Very impressed with it. You know, some of this late 90s rap rock didn't really age well, you know, looking at Kid Rock in particular, at some different times. But this definitely, I still think stands up, you know, 20 plus years later. And the hook is interesting where he says, you know, you ever had to walk a mile in, you know, his shoes, or then it, you know, when it talks about the woman who got the abortion, her shoes. I like how he changed it up ever so slightly each time.
Yes.
And then at the end where Max gets capped because he's out in the streets. You ever had to wake up and hear the news?
Because then you might really know what it's like to have to lose.
Because, you know, he mentions the wife and kids are caught up in the midst of his pain now. And another line here, you know where it ends. Yo, it usually depends on where you start. So if you start down in down in the dumps, essentially in life, it's tough to pull yourself out of that.
It very much is, but people will judge you. Like, you know, the first verse, you know, we've all been there where a beggar comes up to you and you're like, is this guy just going to buy drugs, or is he going to buy alcohol, or is he really even a beggar, or is he just doing this to make a living? But so you automatically want to judge, right? And go, oh man, I'm not giving you anything, because either you're not real or you got yourself where you are. But, you know, right now we're in the middle of COVID where everybody's lost their jobs, and all of us could be a couple months away from.
Absolutely. I mean, we know people who have got fired
who
in
need
the past
food.
couple weeks.
You know, who might come out and begging. And so you just got to be careful, you know, and I think the last one, you know, with Max, and he's the drug dealer and he gets shot, and it's like, oh, well, he reaps what he sows. Well, you know what? I like where he took it to. What about his wife and his kids? Because they're caught in the midst of all his pain. So, you know, no one's ever an innocent bystander, but no one's ever fully culpable because even if they do something, they've got a family or they got a mom or a dad or friends
thing you don't think about.
Yeah, exactly.
Whenever you see on the news this or that happened.
So have a little bit of grace and compassion before your mind jumps to judgment. And I think that's what Everlast was saying. I don't know that I ever heard another Everlast song. I don't know that he ever had another hit. But if you're going to have one song that you're remembered for, this is an awfully good piece of songwriting and musicianship.
I totally agree. I dug it, man. Based off first listen, I'm feeling a very strong 825. I really, really dug this.
Yeah, I'm going to be there right there with him at 825 as well. The songwriting on its own, I think the hook, I think the song itself, the musicianship is great. I think he gives a very good vocal on this. But the songwriting itself is going to put it on high ground if none of that other stuff was even there for me.
And it's oddly catchy too whenever they say what it's like, that part.
And it's hard to do with a chilled out song with this kind of weighty lyricism.
Yeah, so I thought he managed to juggle all of that quite well. Thanks again to Carl.
Yeah, excellent choice, Carl.
Bringing this to us. Let us know what you thought of the song in the comments below. Give us some other suggestions as well. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that big thumbs up as well as hit that big red subscribe button, y'all. We upload every single day. And until next time, thanks for watching.